Welcome back to League Summer 2025 Gold Bracket Winners Quarters between Dragonblast and Ragnoth. I am one of your commentators, Crazy Comics, and I'm joined by...
Hi, it's me. I'm Dark. I'm here to speak words into the microphone and try to not be too crazy.
Let's go. No, that's my job. All right, so looking at our bracket, this is the last of our quarter matches in the winners brackets. Yeah, sure to be an excellent match. After this, we will know where our what is it? What is it after quarters? It's
semis and
semis,
then finals. Yeah,
semis, and then quarter semis, and then
no, just
then
semis,
ultimate,
then finals, then grand.
The ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. There we go.
To note, whoever loses this will be facing IBA in the losers bracket, and whoever wins will be facing Destu in the winners bracket. It's been a really crazy league, all things considered. A lot of upsets, a lot of crazy races, just a lot of really difficult seeds to have to route. So I'm really interested to see how these racers opt to handle this upcoming seed, especially considering these guys, I was just saying it off comms, these guys have faced each other so much in the last 2 months, 3 months. This isn't run back 2 or run back 3. This is like run back 5 in a bracket setting.
This is becoming a common occurrence. Yeah. So we're still getting set up. We're still getting ready. Yeah. Once we're ready to go, we will get. Yeah, we will be off.
So my question to you, comics, and to chat. What was their coffee of choice this morning?
Oh, I don't drink coffee. I drink tea.
Oh, heathen!
Yes, I had an iced chai tea latte.
Okay, no, all right. You're still a bit of a heathen, but less of a heathen.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. I'm assuming you took your coffee dark.
With
so easy. It's so easy.
It's right there. I kind of just No, I'm a sugar guy. Unfortunately, I adore sugar. So a little bit of creamer, and we're good. But had some donuts as well, which is nice.
Yeah, no coffee. This energy is all natural. There you go.
No, man.
All right, so we're just about set up, about to get going. Yeah, so looking at our objectives, yeah, no super boss. Well, no datas. We do have a few ASs, everything like that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, with on the card, having just because datas are off doesn't mean that you're not gonna have to go deep in a world, but it is a relief that you don't have to stress about, do I try to optimize stats? Do I not?
Right.
Which stats are kind of hard to come by in these settings.
Oh yeah. But a few things to note. We've got 3 OC objectives. We got 2 Pride Lands objectives. We got 2 Space Paranoids objectives. So quite a bit of overlay. We also have. Am I seeing that correctly? That it's Axel 1 and Struggles?
That is double SCT.
That's fun. I love to see that.
Interesting. So, our starting world unlocks, if for those not familiar, when you start the seed, you start with 4 first visit unlocks. And you do have the front 3 of 100 Acre and the front 4 of What the Never Was open as well. So Ragnoth picking Explosion there is nice. And this is kind of a strat we've been seeing, is people dipping in 100 Acre almost immediately instead of waiting.
Right.
But outside of that, we did get Port Royal, Bone Fist, which is Halloween Town, Olympus Coliseum, and TT1 all open to us right off the bat. So some really good starting worlds for content.
Yeah, and in addition to that, our first chest in Halloween Town was the Scimitar, so now we have access to Agrabah really early. And yeah, this also gives us access to quite a few objectives right off the bat. The urns, the barrels we have access to. Yeah, I think that's it. Quite a few, meaning 2.
I mean, 2 is better than 0, and
2.
honestly, sometimes at the beginning of these seeds too, you really struggle to have direction to go,
Right.
or like what content to take care of. So immediately knowing, okay, I can push out PR, I can push out OC, and call it a day is good. But
Ooh,
that's a bone fist, or sorry, that's a proud fang.
that's a proud fan. That's a reflect as well in OC. Yeah, it's wonderful,
Amazing. We are seeing the kind of typical starting routes from a lot of players. Like, a lot of this is just, you're still going to see players doing a lot of shotguns out of these, just the order of the shotguns might be a little different. So Dragon opted to do the Halloween Town, while Ragnoth 100 Acre into PR into OC to just try and pick up some movement, some extra tools maybe before going into this Halloween Town.
Yeah. But getting some starting worlds that give us a little bit of experience right out of the gate, always nice to find with Agrabah and Halloween Town, stuff like that. Just kind of stuff that you can get passive leveling on in Agrabah and like just upfront leveling in Halloween Town.
Also, having a lot of first visit world unlocks early is really nice. Sometimes, not from any experience at all, you can be pigeonholed into doing certain worlds by progression because you only have access to those worlds. But already seeing the Agrabah and the Proud Fang, it's like, okay, I have a lot of extra things, a lot of potential tools that I could get picked up really easily.
Right. Absolutely.
It's nice.
Yeah. Also a good amount of leveling right out the gate, because we're seeing on Dragon's side already up to level 10. Really optimized leveling, because we're seeing not just the Christmas Town fight and everything like that. We're seeing the levels going to the forest in Halloween Town and everything like that. Trying to optimize these early levels as best we can, so that way if we wanted to go to PR and everything that has more starting, more of a higher, words are hard, higher floor for stats, being able to compensate for that.
Maybe you do need some coffee after all.
No, it's not coffee. I think it's linguistics.
It's okay. Even on my most active days, English is words are very difficult anyway.
It happens. So we're getting a push into Pride Lands. Probably push up to Simba. We do have a reflect, so we're in a little bit of a safer spot than we would be without any tools. Still getting the RC.
And Ragnoth taking a little extra time here, both in the way up to the Christmas Town fight and after, to kill these extra Jack-in-the-Boxes, get that little bit of extra EXP, pushing him all the way up to level 12. You can get some early checks off of it, and it puts his stats in not a terrible spot. One of the things with these settings is that EXP comes faster early on, but as a result, you won't get double stat boost till level 20. So he is trying to get to that level 20 threshold as soon as possible to start getting some of those double stat ups.
Right. 100%. Yeah, so found a few things in Pride Land so far. We got Valor Form, we've got a Cure, Hori Slash picking it up there. And not really anything in the first 4 important check-wise of The World Never Was. But we got Ragnoth following into Pride Lands.
That Hori Slash is great to see early. It means if you pick up a Berserk Charge, you have... Of course, this is a seed without data, so you don't have the cheese you want. But... or like you don't have to worry about trying to cheese datas. But still... Hori Slash in general, even without Berserk, is just it's such a good aerial combo move, and it's really good for just efficiently clearing out fights. So probably borderline one of the best, if not the best tool in the game, outside of forms.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We also got a slide dash, so we're getting the best finisher in the game. We're getting horizontal slash, one of the best aerial tools. We got a gap closer. So yeah, the seed's setting us up for some good combat.
The one thing we are missing, elemental magics. And especially if you're looking at PR, it's like kind of would like to maybe push into that sooner than later because of that objective. But without any elemental magics, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only other world that we haven't seen pushed, which Dragon's going to right now, is Agrippa. So hopefully we can get some kind of ranged magic here and, yeah, be able to start making some progress into Port Royal.
If I had to imagine, though, I think both these racers, just what you have available, I would go be pushing OC right now, and that's what I imagine we'll probably end up seeing unless we get...
Way of the Dawn? Okay.
Yeah.
So we could quick run the boy if we really wanted to.
Hopefully we don't have to see that resorted to in these this seed specifically.
Right.
It's kind of if you're quick running, it's kind of out of a desperation for lack of places to go, which neither of these racers really are lacking at this point. OC is just kind of that. It's an early starting world. Hades Escape is still such a pain, and it can be very volatile if you're not careful, but both these racers are really competent, and given it's an objective there, a lot of checks, early world.
I also just noticed something that's going to be a little bit annoying for our racers in this seed. We already have max high jump.
Oh my god, you're not wrong. That's insane.
That's rough.
Experience.
Experience. Absolutely. So doing some early menuing. Starting to put on our putting on what we got.
That once more is nice. That's gonna make you feel a lot more cozy doing any content for the rest of the seed. Even if your stats don't cooperate, you have a safety net at the bare minimum.
Now Ragnoth checked the shop there. I didn't see a duck flare. I'm
gonna be honest. My eyes did not. We're not looking at his side of the screen. I was watching Dragons, so I completely missed it. But we did get an aerial dodge, so
Okay.
Maybe we're starting to get a little movement.
Yeah, absolutely. We can go vertical. Can we go horizontal?
Well, we do have the slash for that.
That's true.
Okay.
Hey. Well, there we go. All right. That answers our question.
I don't want to say baby seed yet, but seed's kind of lining up to be pretty easy for these racers. You got such a good toolkit.
Yeah. Well, now we're heading into Twilight Town. Going to be getting kind of the last of our shotgun checks, unless there's another world unlock, which probably most definitely is. Just with how many checks we've got here in the opening, and there we go.
Question for you: do you push this, or do you leave? Do you push into the fight or leave?
It's a tricky decision, one that I'm glad I don't have to make. But we've got Valor form, so we have something that we can do in the station fight in order to make the hit count a little bit faster while gaining levels for drives. But at the same time, in terms of the worlds that we have available, this is the best place to have nobodies early. So in case we get an early final form, like having that in the back pocket to get levels on that. Plus, we just got a Royal Summons on Dragon side. So we have somewhere else that we can go in the meantime. So with that pickup, I wouldn't be surprised if we put this off for a little bit. So,
Yeah, it's always tough because Final Form, really, really, really strong tool in the game for sure. But it is also something that it's not. Oh my gosh, and they have Fantasia on a wand. That's insane.
Do you want to say Baby Seed now?
Oh, I already did. It is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, give me the seed. I want to play it. Oh, here it is. There it is.
We go.
And we got a Shock Charm Plus, so that boosted a little bit. Man, what a start. Where's the other shoe? Like this is one of those seeds where it's like, okay, it's giving you a lot up front. Where's the other shoe that's going to drop? Right.
So that's kind of that is one of the things with these seeds in general is sometimes you can get really, really, really strong starts, and as you're saying, you can do it. Sometimes you can honestly just have seeds that roll out like this and just stay that way and feel really good to play. But it comes down to efficiency, which this seed is, the way it's shaping up is looking at like it's going to come down to efficiency and world unlock placements right now. You're not going to lack for fighting anything, but it's a matter of how fast can you clear it. And it's
Right.
There's also an interesting decision being made here by Dragon, opting to push the mouse. Now, DC doesn't have any objectives on it.
Right.
Don't have a second Royal Summons. There's only 2 checks here left.
Yeah.
But it is an early world.
Yeah, I think it's just for 2 things. One, it's giving you a little extra experience, probably a few more levels, right, from moving with Mini and everything like that. It does get you up to TR, which, if the hints pan out and everything like that, could tell you, hey, there's a lot more here and everything like that. And speaking of hints, this also gets us our last progression point that we need on Dragon's side, as well as Ragnoth if he chooses to do it, to give us our first set of hints, to kind of give us a little more of a roadmap for our early game, or tell us what we're in for later on. So.
It's definitely, like, it's fine to do this, for sure. It's a bit of a time investment, and it's a little bit of a risk-reward strategy, but, no?
Yeah.
Let's see, is Ragnoth going to do the same thing?
Okay,
He
torn
is
pages.
not.
And our first hint shows us that is the last thing in Disney Castle.
What is that world that never was?
Ooh, that is a stacked world that never was. So, okay, so
Yeah.
well, and Dragon's just going to immediately push. So,
Well, we'll see. Dragon might opt to wait on pushing, but might do these initial checks. But even so, now knowing what you know, this isn't a bad investment to do the quick run now, because you know it. Like, yeah, and that's what Dragon's setting up for.
Yeah.
Just see how much is here, especially if you pull that limit form early. Ooh.
yeah, membership card, torn page, limit form, Space Paranoid's access, and the nominee sketches. So this also gives you access to quite a few of our objective worlds. So yeah, there's a lot of good to be gained from pushing the world never was.
Meanwhile, we see Ragnoth opting to do what I thought the racers were going to do, which is pushing this OC out, making good use of that reflect, just manipulating the enemies to both get RCs and to force them to do certain retaliations, trying to keep Hades out of the loop as much as possible, and playing it super, super well, and gets, oh my gosh.
Glad to see it.
He makes it look so much easier than that fight actually is. That is.
Also, the other hint that we got was for Space Paranoids having Wisdom, the other skill in Crossbones, and the other royal summons. So that other skill in Crossbones doesn't do anything for us, actually.
Yeah.
I thought I was
All
going
right.
somewhere with it. But anyway,
Cerberus.
we got Cerberus fight.
Oh, the reflect didn't click there?
Hmm.
That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
So typically what you saw there would be the jump into that reflect. And usually that is that's always gonna hit, but in this instance it's maybe Ragnoth straight off to the left a little too much. But gonna take the dog paddle as a result. Drop the ethers and clean it up. Meanwhile, combo boost. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, so Ragnoth now getting his first hints, figuring out how big that world that never was is.
Now we're into see if quick running Roxas pays off for Dragon.
Yeah. While we also see Ragnoth going and getting our first objective of the seed. Doing the urns. Nice Beast Claw. Yeah. Beast Castle, not all that important in terms of objectives, but it could have some good stuff.
Definitely could. Well, the good news is with once more here. Oh my god, what is their defense? Once more here, plus experience boost. You can get a lot of really quick early levels here out of just even these Lancers in the world that never was. Even it's so that's what Dragon is trying to do right now, is just manipulating them as best he can to get this reflect damage out. And should see his levels shoot up here. Yeah, 15. Oh.
Yeah, I got clipped by one of them. Also, the damage they got there from the sorcerers, it was actually Goofy throwing a potion on him.
Oh,
so that's why his HP was so high. It's like, okay, we're in EXP boost territory, and Goofy threw a potion. All right.
I mean, look, you got to get rid of Goofy's potions somehow, man. And spending that extra money is a waste of time, you know.
It is.
Not actually. It loses you like maybe a second to do the two menus, but OC not having anything in the initial bit of the shotgun.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of odd. Usually you're used to finding something here in the first or second half, actually. Second half of checks that you get in OC. But yeah. Dragging back again to fight these dragoons. Yeah, they're just not quite lining up for him yet.
Try to bait out an attack here. A little scary. Ooh. And
there we go. Nice.
Level 19.
Level 19. Love to see it.
And second Way to the Dawn. Chicken Little. Those are some pretty good pulls. Chickens, especially without magnets, having good crowd control is nice.
Yeah. Nice to have. The second Way of the Dawn doesn't quite unlock any objectives for us, but nice to have, especially since like everything behind Roxas up to Zigbar didn't really find any of our important checks quite yet.
And without the lack of items, opting not to do Zigbar right now makes total sense. Level 1 Zigbar is really slow, even with Duck Flare available. If you don't have the items to spam the Duck Flare out. So
yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, though, that quick run is kind of not paying off in the sense of like tools. You would have really liked to see a limit form right there, or another torn page, or anything else. But not a big deal. You will be going back there to finish Luxord later anyway, so.
Right. So, getting part of the way.
The Urninator.
Love to see it.
It's a safe strat. Not having above the floor strength, you get them on the ground for this explosion damage, which don't think Dragon has been into 100 Acre, has he?
Not yet.
So still missing out on that explosion, unfortunately, but big deal.
Yeah. We're getting through the Hades escape, going up to Cerberus while Ragnoth is dealing with Hydra.
Reppin, gonna pop Valor here to get the MP refresh. Donald didn't die, so is able to go straight back into the second Dock Flare here. With the Mega, it should be enough. Hopefully, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And if needed be, we still had some drive left over to go back into Valor if we needed it one more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all good to go. And the
Lane
last
Hydra.
check of OC. Yeah.
Oh, PR was revealed. What we got?
And 100 Acre. Ooh, what do we got? So we got the other Identity Disc and the other Bone Fist. And then in 100 Acre, we've got Master Form and the another Ice Cream.
So that's kind of incentive not to push into 100 Acre. Like, that Master's fine, but you're kind of banking on picking up that limit form and then either finding Raw Final or getting Light and Dark somewhere. So I don't expect we'll see 100 Acre mini games. That second Ice Cream really isn't like that worth it either. So
yeah, and it's the only thing that could save that other Ice Cream would be Monster Hint for the World Never, or not the World Never Was, Twilight Town.
Right.
Another Reflect in Beast Castle, which Ragnoth is pushing.
So I think he's just doing the shotgun to do these initial checks, see if there's anything good.
Yeah.
I imagine if I'm in Ragnoth's shoes, I'm looking at that PR right now. I'm thinking about I'll clean this shotgun up. I'm not gonna come back here unless I need world unlocks and I get this hinted. I'm just gonna go push PR with the CXP boost. Oh, Light and Dark. Ooh. All right, change of plans. Twilight Town 1.
Yeah. Okay, where did we find that hidden dragon?
That's a good question. I don't remember.
We'll
Probably
have to
OC. It has to be OC.
That's what I'm assuming. So now we're keeping an eye on dragons.
Oh, it was in BC. Oh, okay.
It was in BC. Ooh, okay. Okay, this could be interesting now.
Fire boost? That's a 6/8 fire boost? That's a really nice keyblade.
That is a good keyblade. Alright, so yeah, so this is interesting now, because right now Ragnoth is playing with two tools that Dragon hasn't found yet, in Explosion and in BC, and both of those worlds are, I'll ask you if you feel the same, Dark, that they kind of lose their importance as you gain more hints and see the importance in more worlds, and being like, oh, I don't necessarily need to go there because there isn't really any items like in the case of 100 Acre. Stuff like that.
Yeah. It's challenging to know what to do. And especially like worlds losing or gaining value is really difficult. Because if you're looking at the board right now, right, you have probably access to Presence 1.
Right.
Probably access to SP 1. You definitely have access to STT. It's gonna be a pain to get it unlocked, but it's there. Your Luxord objective's open. So you're not really, you're really not missing much in the way of objectives to get you into a go mode. It's just a matter of finding the 1 or 2 visit unlocks, and it's becoming less and less likely that those are going to be in dead worlds right now.
Right.
I say that, but I mean, seed's gonna seed. So.
All right. We got Dragon checking the first 6 of 100 Acre. So getting that explosion.
Notably, Ragnoth doesn't have access to this. This is only because of the push. These 3 are from the push, so anything good?
No. Auto form.
Auto Phantom, that's...
I don't know, Toho. Is that final?
Final or Wisdom, I think. I don't know. Oh, it's Valor. Oh.
Oh, it's Valor. Never mind.
Yeah. It's okay. We got Ragna in here. Ragna's got us covered.
Okay, good. Get the crew in here. Tell us what's up. Yeah, so now we've got a double PR push.
Makes sense. EXP boosting gets you good stats nice and early. You do have to use some ethers here, but in the case of Ragnoth, he's got final. So he's going to be able to make quick, clean bow fight after this. And just try and boost that magic up just a little bit more, hopefully, to one-shot pirates.
Yeah, plus we saw on Ragnoth's side, pretty much doing any percent strats with having Chicken Little, just kind of pulling in all your enemies and stuff like that. At least in the town fight. Yeah,
it's fast. That's why you do it. Ragnoth is opting to do this fight. Now, you can go in and out. This is kind of the nuisance of it, is sometimes if you use Thunder, they can go to the shadows. But it does net you a little bit of extra EXP, so...
Right.
Some racers opt for the speed, others opt for the XP, so not a big deal.
Yeah.
Gonna use all of this Thunder up, and it's gonna go into Final here. Final with this Thunder and the Thunder boost, Shock Charm Plus should one-shot these pirates, yeah. So, is gonna have to pop an Ether, which is a little unfortunate. Especially with your item management right now, you kind of want to try and conserve it. You don't have a money pouch. But
right.
You did just finish the pirate fight, and so you can sell what you need. Grab a couple of ethers, which is what he's doing right now. They haven't picked up the ring yet, so, the ring is safe for another seed.
The poor man strats. Yeah.
Items are a rare commodity in these seeds. Like, if you have items, great. If you don't have items, it can be kind of a rough one. That's also why you see some racers opt to pick up junk chests as well, is for the sake of getting some early items. Okay, there's our barrels.
All right, that's our second objective. Also, something else to note was earlier in town, our racers picked up the identity disc. So we've got our first access into Space Paranoids. So we can go for the screens check at any point. I think we're just kind of looking for maybe a little more stats. I did see we got a negative combo on levels at some point. So we have that if we just want to do one-hit explosion on everything.
You also have final, but you don't have a fire, so it's not as efficient as you would like. Speaking of efficiency, Ragnoth making good use out of his Valor form here to refill his MP, so he can just save those ethers as much as possible.
So wouldn't be surprised if we just do like 1 or 2 taps and then boom, done.
Okay. Next set of hints. What do we got?
Alrighty. So we have... So it's our Hall of Bastion and our Twilight Town, so our 2 big worlds. We have the Sword of the Ancestor, the second Battlefields, and the last Ice Cream in Hall of Bastion, as well as actual final form. And then in Twilight Town, we have the other scimitar, and the Torn Page. So that kind of just kills off Twilight Town in terms of importance. And yeah, there's a few world unlocks that head towards objectives from Hollow Bastion, so kind of goes up in importance.
All right, and that's final 5 access for Ragnoth with that Wisdom Form pickup. Also, just as a note, Dragon is handling this fight excellently. Only used 1 ether, playing it very carefully, but is just expertly managing it. Ragnoth had kind of an easier time with Final, but Dragon just super clean, super efficient.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. So we're going to see Dragon get his barrels objective. And seeing Ragnoth get a little bit of wisdom experience. By little, I mean 1 wisdom experience.
Oh, he had 2. He had 2. There were 2 enemies.
Oh, he got 2?
Yeah.
I didn't see him kill the second one.
He did. That's why he almost...
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to go see the station fight, see if we can get final up to 5. I'm trying to think if you're able to do that before the hit count.
Oh, you
that
can.
Really just depends on the stats, yeah.
Well, so there's 2 ways to approach it. You can go for trying to spam the hit count as fast as you can, or you can do what Ragnoth is doing and go ahead and use your magic. You're going to more efficiently kill the enemies. You're going to save more drive and your hit count, but your hit count isn't going to go up as much. So he might have a little extra time at the end of this fight as compared to Ragnoth. Or, as compared to if someone did the other way of doing this fight. But his is going to get really close to that final form level 5 now. It's going to be like maybe like 3 nobodies. So, wow.
Nice Reflega. Love that.
You know, I'm noticing a theme in these seeds. We're not finding any magnets.
True. We have Chicken Little.
We do have...
do you want a walking magnet?
And, you know, I guess it works, but these seeds sure have a sense of humor of like, you want good crowd control, you don't get good crowd control. Ooh, Zigbar. Okay.
Zigbar, all right. Nice thunder, nice scimitar. Just at the base of tower, and I think that's all we're probably going to see of Twilight Town for this seed.
Yeah, no point in going back.
All right, Ragnoth trying to decide what to do.
Gonna do screens.
Okay. Good deal.
Also, Dragon trying to make good use out of these duck flares, and Hori Slash using the iframes duck flare gives you to get with an air combo plus, because he doesn't have Berserk, just to get all this extra damage out. Keep Zigbar in this room as long as possible. All right, he's just about there. He needs to let Zigbar here do a full set of attacks, and then it's going to pop into the auto final form. Oh,
auto final. Okay.
And this doesn't have the tool to combo him super easily, but is going to make good use out of this. Can go straight back into a duck flare, and this should be a dead Zigbar. Yep, very cleanly done.
Nicely done. Yeah, I was seeing him taking damage. I'm like, okay, are we doing auto form strats?
You do have once more, so it's pretty safe.
Yeah, especially with Zigbar.
Ragnoth making great use out of this Reflega right now. Just trying to keep himself in the XP boost range as much as possible, get the stats up, and
just mowing him down.
All right. Dragon is trying to get back into auto final. Looks like here, probably trying to get those final form levels. Unfortunately, the dancers are being mead. You could jump around off to the side and go do what he's going to do here. Oh, is he just opting not to? Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, nice money pouch on level 28.
Love to see it.
If Ragnoth can get one more EXP for magic here, or one more magic level here, he will be above the floor for world that never was. But like just opting to try and finish wisdom.
Meanwhile, we got Dragon going into Luxord, going to be getting this objective.
Luxord, kind of a chaotic force in the kind of a little bit random in the way he can retaliate. Just he's kind of just a nuisance. He's not too bad at level 1, especially with a reflect, but still not your most friendly enemy.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we got the other skill and crossbones over on Ragnoth's side. Yeah. We know that Port Royal is blue, so...
Yeah. So that skill and crossbones really this seed didn't mean anything, which is a little unfortunate, but that's what it is. Ragnoth is opting to do hostile to set up for that solar sailor. Not necessarily guaranteeing he will do it, but playing it a little safer, just saying, well, I might come back here in the end of it, and maybe that second royal summons is just on hostile here.
Right. Yeah. And plus, when you're thinking about it and everything like that, typically in Space Paranoids, once you're done with the screens, you go to that next room anyway, so it's really just one more thing after what you're already going to do. So it's... yeah.
Dragon's got Luxord in the minigame loop, using that extra air combo plus to just get that little... eke out that little bit of extra damage. And with Aerial Spiral, that puts his RV just perfectly where you want it to be. So I was able to just infinitely loop this really well.
Yeah. We also saw Ragnoth pick up Genie off of the hostile program. Dragon into the DM.
Opting to do the guards and the quick running. Okay, now I was going to go up here. I'm a coward. I just run. Trying to go for the Fast and Furious here. Looks like Dragon inputted a little early on the mini game. Unfortunate, but it happens, especially in scenes like this. I know for me, I just get so used to the data timing that sometimes I forget how to do normal Luxord's timings and that I can actually wait.
Right. Okay, Luxord paying out a little bit. We got ourselves the nominee sketches, then the membership card. So yeah. The only thing we didn't get is that limit form, which would be very nice. Well, and the identity disc. So we can get it at a later time. So that's kind of starting to put the other Way to the Dawn a little higher up in priority, at least for Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, depending on where this identity disc is, might increase for Ragnoth as well, just in terms of an objective.
Really smart there by Ragnoth, opting to, instead of go for the Fast and Furious, just do an empty hit into a Thunder into a Reflect to get the finisher damage from the Reflect and the Thunder to finish it off, which is much safer.
Heck yeah.
And Hollow Bastion had nothing in the shotgun? That's
what it looks like, yeah.
And Dragon kind of in a little bit of paralysis, trying to figure out what what he wants to do here, which fair. Don't really have a ton of options left on your board. That's where you can go if you're dragon. So
Yeah. Ragnoth getting some extra experience off the sorcerers, as well as some final experience. Working the way up to 5.
probably wants to wrap up 5 like right here, and he should have
Mhm.
with these 3, I think.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
invisible enemies! Woo!
you love to
Great.
not see it.
It's the worst when it happens in a forced fight and you can't do anything about it.
Mhm.
Oh, no way. It's invisible again. Oh, that's so mean. What the heck? That's so cruel.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's going to have to settle for not having that. Final 5, but does have a better final, does have final form as opposed to dragon, and should go just a little bit faster. But dragon opting into Psyx, which makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, kind of your last chance to get the identity disc limit form before going into the second visit, or needing to go into the second visit. I mean, but yeah. Meanwhile, we got Zigbar fight over on Ragnoth's side. One thing that did just cross my mind. So Dragon just went to SP, picked up Wisdom form.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about it, one of the best places to level Wisdom currently that Dragon has is the opening of BC. So this could be a lead into BC, Light and Darkness, all that.
Yeah.
Either that or going into the beginning of Disney Castle, because we still got our Heartless there.
Okay. Ragnoth setting up for action loop. Needs to get a blue laser here. There it is. It does the aerial spiral and the reflect. He's now in action loop. Waiting to see where Zigbar's going to teleport. It's just going to avoid that. Zigbar is really mean there. Triple teleport's just so nasty, but handles it well. Just has to finish this out.
All right, so we're going into The World Never Was 2. We got Money Pouch right on the first check. So it's always nice to find. Yeah. Well, Dragon hasn't reached level 28, so we don't have the level 28 Money Pouch. Quite yet.
Oh yeah, this room.
So we're singular.
This room exists.
Yeah.
I hate this room. After yesterday, this room has But wait, does that mean our identity disc can limit? Okay, so limit can be on data Zem, but our identity disc has to be on final Zem here, or on Zem 1, because World Unlocks cannot be on data bosses.
Right. So there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. But something else we have seen, we have now found out on Ragnoth's side, is that STT has the other mem card and the other Sword of the Ancestor. There's also that level 5 Wisdom for Ragnoth. And then we're done with OC. And then the other set of hints is that Beast Castle doesn't have any important checks that unlock worlds, and neither do levels. Does have a blizzard though.
To note, that's our second elemental magic. We haven't found any fires.
True.
So That is, fire is locking our Agrabah 2 access and our Lexaeus right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Lexaeus was on the card.
Yeah, and the Scimitar was just at the end of at the bottom of the tower in TT1. Now,
True.
Hey, I don't want to talk about cures either. Okay, we have one. That's all we need.
Mm-hmm.
Now the unfortunate thing for Dragon is if Dragon gets that in and opts, or well, he has that in. If Dragon opts not to go to BC, not get that Light and Dark, that could be a little really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then it would be a matter of go to STT, get the mem card, as long as it's in the first half, because if that mem card is further beyond the struggle fights, that's all the objectives we need. So he might peace out before that. I don't know. There's a lot of mights right now.
Well,
what might happen and everything.
If the mem card isn't before the end of the struggle fights, like, it's really not bad to push further, as opposed to, like, if you had Twilight Thorn and Axel 1, you could debate it, but you're finishing it, you're going straight into the station next. That's the bulk of Twilight Town checks, and then the mansion is really not that much farther. Ooh, Dragon does miss the RC. Gets Zem in the air, but is gonna have to play it really careful. Ooh, this is scary. Okay, he's fine. So that's scary because Zem can actually attack off the sides there. Those count as ground collision for some reason at occasion. Okay, he's getting a third building, but this is fine. Dragon's just gonna...
This is fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Yeah. All right. So after this building, we will be getting a... we'll be getting at least a... what is it? Identity... Oh! We're just getting the identity disc.
That's so sad.
Oh!
What a terrible limit placement.
Well...
That's... You're never getting limit.
My limit.
Wow.
That is unfortunate.
You don't even have access to auto limit either. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
And you don't have Trinity either? Oh my gosh. STT is like gonna feel so bad, man.
Oh man. That is rough. So rough. Yeah.
No, so in order to get it, they would have to do the data version of Zemnis if they wanted limit form, which is, because it's not an objective, it's not worth their time investment. Because data Zemnis is 2 fights as opposed to most other datas, which are 1 fight, is a very long fight. So Dragon's sucking it up and just saying, fine, game, if you're gonna be like this, I'm just gonna go STT. Do it without the fire.
Yeah. All right, we got Ragnoth going into Psyx. Well, been fighting Psyx.
Making really good use of that limit form, or rather, sorry, that final form and reflex to get all this extra damage, just using thunders and stuff to try and speed this fight up, because strength, not getting there, but magic's there.
100%. Yeah. We got to push into STT. So yeah, looking at our objectives right now, we've got 5-3, and we have access to our 2 STT objectives. We have access to Scar. We have access to, on Ragnoth's side, we have access to the first presence. we have access to Solar Sailor on Dragon side. So yeah, we're starting to get to a really good place in terms of like objectives available.
Yeah. It's just a matter of like, where's your Proudfang right now? Because you're... It's really hard because you gotta start thinking at this point, like, what do I want to skip this seed, right? Like, you get 3 things you can skip. Ideally, you'd like to not skip it. OC2, because you have that set up. That's pretty quick. So you might actually this seed you might just say it's not worth doing Bridelands. And instead just opt to do everything else and then skip. Honestly, probably like Sayas. As sad as it is that we have access to him, he is once again being forgotten just because it's such a lot of it's such a high amount of content to do just to get access to him.
Also, second check of STT was the membership card. So Dragon is just gonna go straight into here, see if we can get some. Well, what are we looking for? We're looking for Final Form. We're looking for the other battlefields. I'm pretty sure is the other thing here. So yeah,
yep. That's really all you care about. Maybe if you're from Dragon's perspective, you care about that LOD access, because we don't know where our second Proudfang is. No.
True.
And LOD is looking very suspect for it. See, what do we got? Are nothing in corridors.
Yeah,
like the classic.
And honestly, how this seed is going, I could see a divergence in what our runners skip. Because right now, since we have Dragon pushing for not only that Final Form before the battlefields, we could see him doing both the doing both of the OC checks, and then having kind of those Pridelands 2 and Lexaeus left on the cutting room floor. Meanwhile, Ragnoth, well, and this kind of kills my momentum a little bit, but Ragnoth is going into Hall of Bastion. If he decided not to push for that battlefields and instead pushes for the other Proudfang, depending on where it's at and everything like that, what content, if it's in Agrabah, like
which
pushing,
it's not.
Okay, well, there we go. It just kills all my momentum. All right.
Sorry to say.
Yeah, well, my theory crafting just no. Yeah,
you're not allowed. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But that does narrow it down. So our Proudfang is in either Pridelands or in Halloween Town.
No, we got drives. Drives are still
drives are still alive. Oh my god, we
yeah.
I'm surprised those haven't been killed off yet.
That's if you're either of these racers, you don't want it to be on drives, man. Yeah. Drives are just the worst place for it to be. You want it to be in Halloween Town, or if it's in Pridelands, I'm pretty sure it has to be on Hyena's one. Because I think there's only one check on Scar, and because he's an objective, it's a completion mark. So
this seat's looking a little rough. Yeah, like I said, where's the other shoe? I think the other shoe's kind of showing its hand now.
You get bonuses on the pop-up. Okay, so there's a chance for it to be on Scar then. All right, we're seeing Dragon opt to do Blizzard Reflex. Trying to get these levels up much as possible. Yeah, Blizzard. Is that just a negative? Yeah. So Blizzard into Explosion with the negative combo on. Gonna actually be a bit more efficient than Ragnoth when it comes to levels. Just as a result. It's catching up pretty steadily. Although Ragnoth does have a lot of the levels from the World That Never Was to back him up, so.
Yeah. Levels from the World That Never Was also kind of amplified by having that final form to really boost the stats. Everything like that. All right. Dragon getting the completion mark for screens. Meanwhile, Ragnoth beating up on Prison Keeper. Going to be heading towards that Presence 1 objective.
Good news is, by the time Ragnoth gets to that Presence 1, he'll have the info he needs to know where this Proudfang is. And so he'll either run into it or have the info he needs to decide how he wants to play the rest of the seed out.
Also, Dragon finally getting the hint about Beast Castle, so yeah, that's kind of...
It's going to go dig in Hollow Bash. This makes total sense.
100%.
Still has access to that TT1 station fight as well, and all the World That Never Was, so getting Final Form leveled up won't be an issue.
Yeah.
Cleans up that fight nicely.
Go check out Core, probably.
Yeah, if you don't find what you're looking for in the start, I imagine you probably core skip here.
I mean, we got... There's another cure. I mean, we've got Aerial Dodge 2 on Dragon's side, so it's going to be a little tough to get it set up, unless we have Automaster, which I'm not sure if we pick that up.
I don't...
Or that Aerial Dodge will help.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that's not what you want. Also,
no.
have I been yawning again? Has this been happening and I just didn't notice?
A little bit.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so...
Nice battlefields.
That's really nice for Dragon, knowing it's there, but you really would have liked to see this final form and not have to deal with core skip. If Ragnoth ends up going STT and coming back here, it's going to be just a quick in and out for him. Not the fast food chain, although the food... Ooh, wait, is it Sunday? Never mind, I'm not going. I was like, should I get in and out for dinner tonight? And then I remember it was Sunday, and no, that's not worth it.
Get it for me. We don't have it here on the East Coast.
I said I'm not going, so unfortunately you won't be getting any food from me.
When I go to reconnect, it's like the first thing I'm doing. I'm like, there's an in and out.
You know, it's good. I'll say this much: it's good to try it's an enjoyable food. It is not what I would call the best burger in the world, though.
It's not, but when you don't have it,
true.
All right. So we got more hints on Ragnoth's side. So the only thing on drives is a Torn Page, and the other Proudfang is here in Halloween Town. So I think we might see Ragnoth continue push. Yeah. So
for sure.
We're going to continue to push for this Proudfang.
And we found a fire. It was in core.
Oh, there we go. Love to see it. Is that
so
the entire... No. I thought it was the Agrabah 2 starter kit in Hollow Bastion. But no, that's a cure.
So Ragnoth is going to push this. STT regardless was going to be hard required this seed because it's blocking 4 objectives. So both our racers are going to have to go there. But I imagine if... there's the final farm. Whew. All right. Really good news for Dragon. You did not want to have to go any further.
Yeah. 100%. Although he can go do this dancer's fight and get a little bit of a experience if he wants to, but he always has the station fight and the world that never was.
Yep.
So,
And now with that fire, it's gonna be a lot easier.
absolutely, yeah.
So
Yeah,
what am I
'cause that
skipping?
Well, that is the thing, right? So, what I was talking about could still come to fruition. So, more theory crafting. Dragon does have all of the components for Agrabah 2. Meanwhile, Ragnoth does not. And we could see. Oh no! Wait, he's got to go to Core and get that. And oh
I
wait,
don't
the
think
fire's
so.
after.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay.
So, if I'm sitting in Ragnoth's shoes, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking I'm definitely doing Pride Lands for sure. This is what he's doing now.
Doing all
I'm
Pride Lands, okay.
probably wanting to skip OC2 and just do STT here. My mind might get changed when I see how early that membership card is, but it's still it's like I think that's the better of the two because you don't know how deep in Hollow Bastion it's gonna be, and you kind of just have to you could play it safe and just do STT and call it a day. So I think that's probably what he'll end up doing. If I'm Dragon, ooh, if I'm Dragon, I'm doing OC2 and I'm skipping STT. And I'm doing everything else. Lexaeus, by the way, is the other objective that's just getting skipped.
Yeah.
We're never going there.
Yeah. Lexaeus, who's that? Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hear about him.
Oh! Yeah. So, Dragon not even going for that. Not even going for the other scimitar.
Gonna do.
Oh.
No.
He's thinking.
He's trying to figure out what to do. Dragon doesn't have the info he needs right now. Thinking maybe that Proud Fang is just sitting here in Pride Lands. Notably,
Will this next hint give him the information he needs?
So he hasn't gone back to PR to get that second Bone Fist.
True.
So, maybe you do skip Pride Lands too if you're Dragon and Lexaeus. Rest.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a whole 2 sets of hints behind? Dang.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, it's kind of what it's coming down to is really this how early they got Final Form. That Final Form just sped so much of Ragnoth's content up. Like, Dragon's played incredibly well, but content clearing wise, it's just made a lot of things more efficient. Okay. Wildcat. Little stun Scar here. Toss one Ether is probably going to try and toss another right after this RC. Right here. Gonna go for the hits. Gonna force him in, then into that.
Nice.
Wow. Really clean DM skip.
Excellent job. Yeah, but we're looking at, well, now with Ragnoth getting the second Hyenas fight, we are sitting at 8 objectives to 5 objectives. And yeah, we're going to see Dragon push OC2.
This will get Dragon up to 8 objectives right here, this push. Because he'll get Final 5, he'll get the 2, he'll get Zexion, and he'll get the Dusks. So,
Yeah. A little bit of catch up. We'll say that the fire that Dragon has gotten, that's going to make Final Form a little more efficient for Zexion.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. It's like, And that's the other thing that I think is going to steer Ragnoth to STT even when he gets the mem card. Is because Zexion without a fire, he can DM you over and over. It's really hard to loop him. You don't have limits. You can't go for the really difficult, but limit form R's loop. It's kind of just blah. Oh. All right, we are seeing a level 1 strength ground shaker though, so this will be fun. Not an easy fight at level 1 strength. You're not going to get nearly that much damage.
All right, so we're heading into OC2.
Ragnoth doing a good job here. Looping the Thunders in after the finishers to make sure just optimize all that damage. Gets about, looks like 3.5 bars down, which is really solid damage. He's going to go up. He's going to go up. So it's going to... Oh, but Ground Shaker decided no. So he's going to have to take this form, which... This is fine. It's slower because you have to wait for the RC, but it's a bit safer as far as damage goes because you can just kind of spam the eye, wait for the fires to touch you, and get all this damage out. So by the time Ragnoth goes up the next time and gets the RC, he should be able to just kill Ground Shaker off here. It does have to be careful though, because the fires can spawn underneath you while you're on the edge of the arena. Alright. Just gonna spam reflex, wait for the fires. Oh!
Oh!
Yep.
Fires being jerks.
He does cheat. Ground Shaker cheats. He knows.
He does. He knows.
He's gonna throw ethers on Simba too. That's really smart. Oh, hey, objective.
You're gonna throw your potion. All right. Let's see where. All right, so we get the completion mark. We're about to get the Dusk's completion mark. There we go. 2 for the price of 1.
Hades should be a joke with your magic stat and final form, so this will go really fast. No, magnets don't exist this league.
You know, they just, yeah.
I think there's 1 seed out of any of the top 16 I've seen that have had magnets so far. Also, Ground Shaker cheating again, not letting Ragnoth go up to the head, which is more consistent, but whatever. Ooh, the reflect off. Okay. Just has to not let these fires spawn on top of him. The RC should come up in just a second. There we go. All right, he's safe. And I don't know. And this should be a dead Hades as well. Little duck flare, aerial, spiral. Oh, Herc!
Herc the jerk. And we can get final form.
Alright, Hades will retaliate right here, go into spin. Is that enough? Oh, just barely. So I'll have to wait for Herc to throw orbs, but this is fine. Do this, toss 2 thunders, and you're good. Oh, he's going to use blizzards, so that's fine. Yep, there we go.
Or thunder, yeah. Alright. And Ragnoth is going to 1-tap. Boom.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Nicely jobbing.
Nicely jobbing. Nice. Jobbu.
All right.
Okay.
Dragon is opting for STT here. This makes sense. STT coping for a fire. Absolutely. I mean, this makes sense on Dragon's End. This is 2 more objectives. This puts you at 10. You'd only need to find access to... Well, no, you don't even... That puts him at 10. Yeah, you'd need to find 1 more thing. So maybe you go back to PR, you fish out that Bone Fist.
Mhm.
Like that's gotta be what Dragon's thinking is go to PR, fish out the Bone Fist after STT, and then that'll be his go mode.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to push up to experiment to get the prop thing. Yeah, so yeah, we are seeing a divergence in objectives. That's always fun to see.
Wait, did I say STT? I meant SP for the fire. Yeah, SP could have the fire for Ragnoth. If there's a fire here, it makes STT faster.
Yeah. It's like fire and STT. What?
I mean, there is gonna be one.
Yeah.
You're going to bed after this race is confirmed? No. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon, almost 5. It's way too early for bed.
Hey, that's when I woke up from my nap today. So I mean,
ooh, you know, fair enough.
Mhm.
All right.
That's from not having that coffee in the morning.
All right. It does look like Dragon opted to play it just a little safe. Didn't want to risk Twilight Thorn. Just barely at the health gate and opted to just let him do his retail here. Saves you 20-ish seconds as opposed to doing a second RC.
Right.
Works out. And this should be the end of Solar Sailor as well. It is a fight that exists.
A fight of all time.
It's a really mean fight, but if you don't have nice tools, but our players have nice tools, so. Alright, do we see it? That's a magic. No, that's a World Unlock. Dang. Wow. No fires. STT, no fire, no Trinity, no limit. Oh, this is your go mode. And it's required. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is rough.
It is a weird way to end a seed. But hey, we got double STT on the board. So, all right, favorite cookie. What do we got? What do we got, chat?
Oh, let me think.
Look, man, there ain't much to talk about in STT, okay? It just exists.
Favorite cookie? Oh my gosh.
I
don't even know.
White chocolate chip.
I mean, I like chocolate chip. I'm trying to think exactly what, like, brand.
Ooh, it's fair.
Yeah. 'Cause I love making, like, the Pillsbury, like, break and bakes and stuff like that. But I also love a good Oreo every once in a while.
That's fair. I'm always a sucker for molasses. Molasses is just awesome and always good. But recently I was at the store and I saw it. They had the I don't know if you've had them, the sugar coated like white and pink party animal cookies. These things are like sugar crack, and they're so good, and they were so cheap.
Yeah. Also, Geek, you gotta go for double stuffed. Are you kidding me? I also love like a good ratio of like regular Oreo, like 2 regular Oreos for every vanilla Oreo. Just kind of mixing the 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got like going back and forth.
Peanut butter blossom with Reese's in the middle instead of Hershey's, so doubling up on that. Nice.
Reese's Puff.
Crumble Cookie does make really good cookies. They're just very expensive.
Also, we have second visit of LOD on the completion mark as well. So
that's crazy right there.
Got everything in STT.
Awesome. Yeah, Men Ragnoth is just saying I'm not even gonna risk OC2 I'm just gonna play it safe and do SCT, which makes sense. And Dragon is repping presence.
Yeah.
So say Dragon's still like he's not far behind in the sense of like time wise, but because Barbosa into Presence 1 isn't that bad. Solar Sailor's not super slow. Zexian's going to be pretty quick, but he's
We still got to do hostile program.
Oh, he hasn't done hostile. Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not an insane time difference, but it still leans a little more towards Ragnoth here. It's going to come down to like how he executes final fights. Like if he has a struggle with it, Dragon's definitely back in this race.
Mm-hmm.
Snickerdoodles and white chocolate macadamia nut.
Okay.
Bro, now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Oh
you
shoot!
Did this to yourself.
I know I did. I didn't put my chicken in my slow cooker. Dang it.
Oh man.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, I was gonna make a good chicken and rice tonight. So it just means I'll have to actually cook the chicken normally instead of slow cooking it.
I had Chinese today, so I'm gonna have the leftovers for dinner. Another egg roll going.
You they bulky. I think if you're Ragnoth, probably not. You got 39 magic. Maybe you grab one bulky just to see if you can get that magic to that 41. If you're a dragon, you might do a couple of bulkies just to try and boost that magic a little bit. Get it up just that little bit higher to make sure you're cozy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know the rules?
No, man, no.
Man, where's the mod to switch Luxord's model with that guy from STT? Because they both asked, do you know the rules?
Oh, Setzer?
No, the guy that you have to go and talk to initiate struggle.
Oh! Oh,
Like,
I don't know his name.
Yeah, just random guy number 12. Like, just go switch their skins. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Also, we're seeing what a wonderful fight the struggle fight is without any tools.
Yeah. Danimal, get on it. Someone clip this. Send it to Danimal. Danimal will just work his magic.
Makes all the greatest mods.
100%.
Including the
Makes for great content.
The Kachow mod. One of his latest additions. Good.
Love it. Love to see it.
Dragon probably going to be kicking himself, finding out that this was just Arn Barbosa, but really in the long scheme did not cost Dragon all that much time.
Because we're just sending him to the moon.
Yeah. Same model, but reskinned to look like color. It's not a model replacement, just, ooh, that could be fun.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait, are we switching the guy or are we switching Luxord? Because I'm good with either. Honestly.
All right.
Yes.
So,
okay. Cool. I'm good.
There's the Bone Fist. Has to update flags first.
Honestly, well, let me ask this before I sound stupid. Could you go in? Could you go in and fight Zexian, and with that fight, update the story flags to go and do this?
Yes, because there's 2 cutscenes.
There you go.
So that would have been definitely a way, like a good little optimization to do, but
yeah,
not that big of a time loss.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Ugh.
All right, so we're on our last struggle fight over on Ragnoth's side.
Horrible way to have a seed. Having to do struggles without any tools.
Yeah.
Dude.
just smacking them around.
All right. And Ragnoth is free.
Ragnoth is free. And now he gets all the important checks.
Yep.
In STD. So there you go. Yeah, meanwhile, we got Dragon Head. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We got Dragon Head struggles. Presence 1. There we go.
Yeah, and this is the only race for today. I mean, Ragnoth definitely was struggling with that fight.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Bad joke. I'll see myself out.
Yeah, every once in a while, the struggles can be struggles. So, there you go.
Oh, Ragnoth is offering to do some bulkies.
We bulky?
You're trying to get that magic to like 42, maybe? Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is fine. The better the magic, the faster your AX2 is. Your strength's not getting there. You kind of just accept that.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Dragon doing the second presence. So, okay, so we might see Dragon go and do Hyenas 2 and then go do Aesexian.
Oh, that would be... Yeah, that would be really fast.
Yeah.
Is it faster than Solar Sailor, though? Like... I don't know.
Yes, because you've already done Scar. Like, you haven't done the final fight of Space Paranoids.
Right, he hasn't done Hostile.
Yeah, so that's a whole boss fight that you...
Does reflecting there not do the damage? Not allow you to get the dance call right into the finish? Yeah, Geek, is that what that is?
Yep. Ask Geek, because I'm not sure.
Reflect always causes a body part to fall off. Yeah, that's... As opposed to just going into dance call and being able to immediately get the body part breaking. Makes sense, yeah. The final form glide strat with reflect here for the second phase is super fast too. If because you basically with the final form glide, you force his RV so high that he's going to be forced to retaliate, and then you can pop a reflect out of it. As long as you have adequate enough stats, it will finish it. Yeah, there is the Proud Fang for Dragon, so just Zexian and Hyenas 2.
Mm-hmm.
Into core fight, what is this going to be for Ragnoth? 1, 17, 14.
Yeah, and looking at their load list, there's a little bit of load lists, about 22 seconds between them. So not a ton, but yeah.
Unfortunately, the engine core being a little mean here to Ragnoth, not coming down to the ground, so not able to get that explosion damage off.
Mm-hmm.
Using Chicken here to pull in the enemies, using the reflex with the thunders.
Yeah, using our reserve magnet.
That's all we got, man.
All we got.
Again, magnets don't exist in this league.
Mm-hmm. They don't. They really don't. They're just hiding. Meanwhile, we got Dragon doing Hyenas 2.
Ragnoth trying to preserve as much of this final form as he can to get all this extra reflect damage out, because, fun fact, AX1 and AX2 have, I believe, I think they're the second highest damage ceilings in the game, by the way, just as a note, at like 100 plus or something. And I think either the first or the third is Cypher, weirdly enough. For no reason. Cypher's is like in the hundreds is his damage ceiling, and it makes no sense, but either way. Alright. Also, we will reveal where the magnets are after the seed is over, because
absolutely.
That is... I haven't looked yet, but we now have access to that information. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
In the meantime, looks like Ragnoth maybe didn't have a good camera angle, so opted to take the safe building here instead of fast building. It's just gonna go all the way down here, go off to the far left. It's a little bit slower, but it works out.
100%. So, yeah, so Dragon probably going to be heading into final fights right as Ragnoth is
finishing.
In the middle of,
either finishing or in the middle of finals.
Yeah. Nice job from Dragon. Ragnoth heading into finals in this.
Yeah, it's about 3.5 to 4 minutes of fighting, which is the difference between these players right now. So let's see it. Ragnoth probably happy to actually be doing some combat at the end of a seed.
Yeah.
Straight into lasers. Has Reflect, so it can get all this free damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to worry about it. 2 more reflects. This next reflect will... Oh, he's going to take the reflect. He's going to guard this and do a double reflect just to be safe. Get all that extra damage. There's clean dome skip.
Very nice. So this shall be GG's to Ragnoth. Yeah, we got about 20 seconds of load list. Dragon heading into final fights right now. So it is... Yeah, so it is looking like Ragnoth is going to be moving on in the finals bracket. Dragon will be moving down to the losers bracket to face IBA. And Ragnoth will be facing
Stu. Just
Stu. Okay.
Yeah.
I every time I look at Stu's name, I'm like, oh yeah, how do I? Yeah. So yeah, excellent race. Yeah, both of our players performed extremely well. It's a really fun race to watch. Yeah, let's review where these magnets were.
Yeah. Go. You want to take the first 2, and I'll take the last.
Yeah. So yeah, that nice LOD where there was nothing important. If you wanted to go to Throne Room, you could get a magnet.
Nice.
As well as if you wanted to push further in Beast Castle past that shotgun, eventually once you get to the Castle Walls map, which I believe is after the Beast fight, you would get the magnet. That second visit. Okay.
That is one Mr. Zolden right there. That's what that is.
That's a Mr. Zolden. Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Pretty sure.
So,
either that or Rumbling Roads, either way.
So 2 deep ones. This last one shouldn't be too deep, right?
Yeah, surely. It's not on a drive farm or anything. Definitely not on level 6 Valor. So, pretty mean locations.
Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, but GG's to both of our runners. So tomorrow we have one race currently scheduled, Flo versus Callet at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, if any other races get added, just keep an eye on the Discord for some more updates. So until then, I've been Crazy Comics.
Hi, I'm Dark.
And we will catch you later.
Bye-bye.